Hey everyone, GXP Coupe 1 here, aka Herb. So it's been a while since I've posted anything on my EFR build. I've been waiting for Dave to complete the build of the WERKS Racing dual air oil separator. It arrived today, and it appears to be quite the engineering marvel. I was going to take a bunch of pictures and do a write-up and whatnot, but I figured it was just easier to do a video. So excuse the ums and ahs, and here we go. So here's the actual catch can itself. As you can see, it's a dual can. I upgraded the fittings to AN fittings, which just makes a really nice nice finished product. Stainless steel lines. And it uses the push-on gas fittings, which are kind of a pain in the neck to use, but as long as you understand how they go on and come off, they actually are quite nice. Various fittings here. This is what the future kit is going to come with. From what I understand, Dave's been running a prototype for about a year, has had really good results with the lack of coking on intake valves and whatnot, and from what I also understand, this is the first manufactured piece that he sent out, so it's kind of a test item, so to speak. But I believe he's going into full production on these, so expect to see these on the website and maybe an announcement from WERKS here shortly. So the way this guy works, the two intake ports are at the top of the two cans. They come from this guy here, goes to the middle port on the valve cover, so it'll go to here. The other side, this guy, the forward unit, goes to the most forward intake valve cover port. From there are two stainless lines, the two long guys here, which run off of the side here. They then go to a custom intake tube, which also has the really nice AN fittings. You can see right here. And then this is going to run from my EFR there's a silicon pipe that runs from the intake side of the EFR into the intake. This runs around the front of the engine. Hope there's enough light there. And then those hoses, those two fittings are just down in here, and they run around the wheel cover here and then back to the side ports of the catch cans. Now, really quite ingenious. It looks as though he's created two viewing tubes to see if any material has been collected in there on the sides. And I'm guessing that, I haven't spoken to him about this yet, but once these guys fill up, down the bottom here are two nipples that can be opened up and the contents drained. So it's kind of a nice system. Powell Racing has, well, I haven't seen theirs, so I'm just speculating, but I do know how theirs work. They run a return line back to the base of the dipstick tube on the intake side of the engine. It's a great idea, no maintenance of course, because it's all, it just drains everything back into the engine. The problem with that is apparently the installation of that that adapter into the base of the dipstick tube requires pretty much the entire removal of the intake side of the engine to access it. PAL Racing, if you're watching this and I've got that wrong, I apologize, but from what I understand, that's what I've heard. Anywho, so there it is, in all its glory, the lines, whatnot. Dave is, don't want to put words in his mouth. They're going to be, I think they're going to be retailing this for around $350, which will be with the standard rubber hosing and you know, hose clamps and whatnot, or $425 with the stainless lines and the AN fittings. So for, you know, for an extra $75, it's well worth the upgrade there. So anywho, this will be going on this evening or tomorrow, depending on how work goes. The catch can itself is mounted ingeniously using the available space at the base of the fuse block. There's a large flat metal section here with a stud. The other side of this guy, this point here, would have mounted to where the power steering pump was, but not knowing that I was going to be using this, I've already cut it off and cleaned it up and painted it. So I'm going to have to make a bracket for that side. It's not a big deal. It should be pretty simple. But like I say, this guy fits down in here. Let me see if I can get this in. Hang on, I'm going to put the camera down. Get this bitch in there. Like so. It sits down nice and low. Lines running up here. Intake lines up here, and then that goes off into the intake port. So there we have it. Once I've got this in place, then I can get all the rest of the charge pipes in place and whatnot. Little bit of vacuum lines to run and clean up and then we'll be good to go. We're going to fire this puppy up and see what she can do. So hope you enjoyed. Any comments, questions, you can email me, of course, or you can PM me, of course, or you can contact Dave directly at WERKS in relation to this product. Thanks, guys. Have a good night.